What's up guys? In today's video we're going to be talking all about how to raise startup capital for your private label brand, and I'm going to have a little bit of a rant too. You've been warned, now let's get started. Alright guys, well welcome to the channel today. Thank you so much for joining me. First thing I want to do is I want to apologize for the lack of consistent uploads of late. I've been a bit AWOL over the last few weeks, a few different uploads here and there, but nothing really consistent because I've been so busy with a few new projects. So I want to thank you for bearing with me. One of those projects has been launched just exclusively to our Amazon Masters student community at the moment, and hopefully will be released to the wider community at a later date, yet to be decided. And then I've been working on another super exciting project which I can't wait to release to the wider community. Actually, it's the reason I got this new backdrop. Just been doing some recording, a whole bunch of things that really is just going to be next level, super professional, game changer. So I'll start sort of sharing some more details about that in the coming days and weeks. Can't wait to share that with you, so stay tuned. But thanks for bearing with me. If you are someone that's joined me because you are interested in building a business on Amazon or wherever it may be, that's going to really free you up from that grip that money so easily places over time, then I want to encourage you to subscribe to the channel, turn those notifications on, because over the coming weeks and months I've got a whole heap of content planned for you guys that's going to help you do exactly that. Today's topic, like I said, we're diving into something that I suppose has been nagging me a little bit recently, as I've had conversations with people that are tempted to start a business, that are tempted to take the plunge on a business, building it, whether that's on Amazon or otherwise, and are held back by this idea of startup capital. Now, it's funny, right? Because never before has there ever been an opportunity like there is today. Never before has there been an opportunity to so easily begin a global business. We were talking inside our Amazon Masters student group on Facebook the other day, a few people talking about how this is just really crazy. You know, when you take a moment to step back and think about what we're actually doing here, this is crazy. We're building global brands. We're setting products all over the world to sell in global marketplaces, literally from a computer somewhere in the world. It's crazy what you can now do on the internet. There has never been before a time like this where there is so much opportunity on Amazon. And what that provides for us is an opportunity to change our lives, to really create something new in our world. And the reality is it truly can be done with a budget that would seem incomprehensible to business owners of yesteryear. Before the dot-com boom, before the internet became basically a money provider, a money machine for so many people around the world, business owners would have laughed at you if you'd have said that I could get a global business started for X amount of budget. They would have literally laughed in your face. But yet when I talk to people about starting a business on Amazon, the question that I so often get is, Ben, can I start a business on Amazon with X amount of money? And I suppose it frustrates me because at times it feels like people are trying to start this business with the lowest amount of money possible. You know, they're just kind of like testing. They're not sure. They just want to put into it what's not a risk, and they want to, you know, not really get their feet wet with it. Just see if they can make loads of money with no money putting down. And whilst that's probably a topic for another video on another day, I really wanted to address this idea of startup capital, how to raise more, but more importantly, how to have the right mentality around it too. I think you can start selling on Amazon with a wide range of startup budgets. I've got people in my training program that are looking to start up with £1,000 to £2,000. I actually show in one of my videos, which I'll leave a link for in the description, how I have actually launched a product for under £1,000. So I know it can be done. So when I teach it, there's certain parameters that it has to be done within, but I know it can be done because I've done it. You know, for every one person that's telling you it can't be done, there's one person that's actually just going out there and doing it. So don't listen to the one person that says it can't be done. Listen to the one that's actually going out there and doing it. But conversely, I've got students in my program too that are looking to start with around £40,000 to £50,000 with their startup budget, right? There's a big spectrum for what can be done when selling on Amazon, which is why recently I've updated the training that I do, and I actually now run people through a demand assessment, a product demand assessment that fits a level of product demand with the budget that that person has to launch, because the money that you you have to launch does actually define a lot of how you approach this business model. But here's the thing, right? I want to address a couple of things in this video that I'm hoping are going to help a few people. If it does help you, I'd love you to hit that like button so it can then go out. This video can actually encourage more people on the way too. I want to talk about three things when it comes to raising budget for your startup private label brand and when it comes to mentality. And the first thing is this, is stop being static. I think this is one of my biggest frustrations, right? Is I talk to people and they say, Ben, I want to start with this amount of money. And I'm like, yeah, great, let's get started. We can help you do that. But people come to me and they say, this is what I've got. This is all I've got to throw into it. And that is it. And I kind of question that. And I wonder, like, what is it about people that say, this is all I've got to throw into this amazing opportunity? This is the limit I'm placing on it. I'm not allowing any more of my, hard-earned money to go into this. For some people, it may be that's all they've got. For others, it may be they're scared to put too much into it. And for others, and this is the one I want to kind of address, is, it's just their mentality that this amount of money is standing still. Well, I want to encourage you to transform that mentality into a mentality that isn't static, that actually realizes that this budget can grow. Here's the thing, right? When you start pursuing the idea of selling on Amazon, actually there is some time scale that it's going to take before you get started. You're going to need to learn best practices about selling on Amazon. You're going to need to actually go out there and do your product research. Then you're going to need to contact suppliers. And then when you're finally ready to place an order, you're still only going to need to put 30% of the capital down for a deposit on that product. And then the production's going to take 4 weeks probably, maybe more, maybe less. So you understand, when I say stop being static, what I'm saying is don't think that this money that you've raised has to be this stagnant amount that you have sitting in a bank somewhere, but actually realize that over time it's going to take a few months, it's going to take some time to get this whole business going. So be doing everything you can to keep this amount increasing. You might say, Ben, right now I've got £2,000. Great. How can you increase that over the coming months in order to be able to launch with greater momentum? Stop being static in your mentality. Second thing I want you to stop is Parkinson's law. Parkinson's law actually stipulates that work expands as to fill the time available for its completion. What that means in our context when it comes to money is that actually as our income grows, or actually as we make more money, we allow our expenses, our living expenses, to expand to what we're bringing in. It's a trap of this day and age, because there's so many things to buy, there's so much opportunity, that as our income grows, so do our expenses grow with it. I want to encourage you as an entrepreneur, as someone who wants to make a difference in the world, as someone who wants to be freed from the grip that money places over time, please don't succumb to Parkinson's law. Please be someone that when your income increases, that actually you divert a percentage of that finance into building a business, into raising capital to create businesses that are going to free you up to live the life that you dream of and live a life that's going to make an impact. Stop Parkinson's law. Third thing I want you to stop is stop wasting time. Now, I don't want to go on some like Gary Vaynerchuk kind of style rant here and just like have a go at people, but what I also know is that we are living in the age of opportunity. We have so much opportunity before us, but we also have so many distractions right before our eyes. There's so many people that come to me and say, Ben, I'd love to start the business, but I just don't have the capital available. Yet they'll spend 10, 15, 20 hours a week watching Netflix. Don't get me wrong, I love a bit of Netflix. We just finished Stranger Things Series 3 and oh my gosh, it was so good. I love it, right? I get it. I love to unwind. I love to relax. But stop wasting all of your time relaxing when you constantly go to work and dream of a better future, but then you just come home and don't do anything about it. Stop wasting time. Start getting the right mentality about raising finance for a business that can truly change your life. My question to you today is, do you really want this? And if you do really want this, make some changes today that are going to show that in what you do in your life. All right, rant section over. Let's talk about some practical ways about how you can raise up some startup capital for your Amazon business. 3 practical things that you can do. The reality is, for anybody that's struggling to raise up capital for their private label brand, the reality for us is that you're not going to be able to trade money for money. You're not going to be able to invest money to get money out. If you had the money, you'd be able to invest it as it was. So what you're going to have to do really is you're going to have to trade your time for money. Now, there's 3 ways I want to talk about how you can do that. Number 1 is you can work more hours. Look, I know this is teaching you how to suck eggs, and I know this is super simple. I just want to encourage you again, as cheesy as it sounds, don't wish for it, work for it. Don't just wish for it. Don't just sit there and say, oh, I wish I had this, I wish I had the opportunity to do that. Be someone who puts in the graft. Whether you're working a salary job and you could take on an extra job in the evenings, whether you could do some extra hours at work, whatever that looks like for you, I want to encourage you and even challenge you to be someone who says, you know what, for 6 months or a year, I'm going to work 10 extra hours a week, knowing that in those 10 extra hours, I'm not going to succumb to Parkinson's law. I'm going to put that extra finance away, and it is going to fund the development of a business that's going to transform my financial life. Work more hours, raise that capital, and be someone who brings the change in their world. Second way you can trade your time for money is by serving more people. Number one, work more hours. Number two, serve more people. What is it that you have, a skill, a talent, an ability that you have that right now other people need? Maybe you know how to run Facebook ads and you could reach out to business owners and help them run Facebook ads. Maybe you're a graphic designer and you could list your services on Upwork.com and get some jobs to do graphic design in your spare time. Listen, maybe you could start driving with Uber. Whatever it looks like, whatever you have as a skill and ability, why don't you go out there and say, who can I serve with this skill? Who can I help with this ability? And just see what kind of income that could generate. I want to encourage you, the more people you serve, the bigger difference you make, the more your income is going to grow. So think with that mentality, what can I do that is active that's going to help me serve more people? Finally, number three that you can do from an active point of view is you can find more opportunities. Number one, work more hours. Number two, serve more people. But number three, find more opportunities. Honestly, this is 2019. This is the age and the era of opportunity. Napoleon Hill, in his book Think and Grow Rich, he said, you are the master of your destiny. You can influence, direct, and control your own environment. You can make your life what you want it to be. Now, I don't know what you believe about destiny and all that kind of stuff, but you know, I know Napoleon Hill was onto something here when he said that you are the master of your destiny. The decisions you make are what determine the course of your life. Stop letting life happen to you and realize that you can actually go out there and find opportunities. Do you know, on sites like usertesting.com and Userlytics, you can actually go and you can test people's websites for them and they will pay you $10 per test. $10 to do something that might take you 20 minutes, half an hour. You can run those tests. You can just literally go onto those testing websites. You can fill out the form that says that you're, to check whether you're eligible. And if you're eligible and you do the test, you can literally talk through what you see on your screen and they will pay you to do that. There are so many opportunities out there on the internet today, whether it's filling in surveys. I know it's boring, right? But it's about raising that startup capital that's going to help you get launched, going to release you from that grip that money places over time. So whether it's online surveys, whether it's online tests, whether it's running ads for people, whether it's building a website that you generate traffic for, that you sell affiliate products of or run advertising from, whatever it may be, we live in a time of opportunity. And so I wanted to make this video just to encourage you, I suppose, stir you up and help you get your mindset right when it comes to raising finance for building a startup brand on Amazon. There are honestly zero excuses for not going out there and making something happen in 2019. There is so much opportunity before you, and I want to encourage you to go out there and grab it. The opportunity on Amazon is better than it's ever been. Selling on Amazon is not an opportunity that is gone. Honestly, I'm helping students get into it all the time right now. I myself, I'm launching new products, launching new brands on Amazon right now as we speak, because the opportunity is far from dead. We're in the greatest days with the greatest amount of data available to us and the greatest amount of traffic coming Amazon's way than ever before. Greatest days are ahead, and I want to encourage you, don't be sat on the sidelines wishing that something came along, but actually put in the work to make something happen and build the future of your dreams. All right, that is rant over from me. All right, if you want to see the video where I talk about how I launched a product for under £1,000, you can see that one right here. If you've liked this video, I would love you to actually hit that like button, the thumbs up, just so other people get me ranting in their face, encouraging them to build a better future. And if you're not already, make sure you're subscribed with notifications turned on. All right, I'll see you in the next video where I will be a little bit more calm and a little less ranty. All right, see you soon.